Now on CoastTV News.
These dogs and nearly 100 other animals recovering after the Office of Animal Welfare called this rescue case a betrayal.
Land development if the shopping mall gets denied. Construction is still coming.
Ocean City tuning up for round 2 of back-to-back music festivals. How OC is preparing for another wave of fans.
Over the next few days, we're expecting warming sunshine going into your weekend.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Filthy cages, cramped and covered with trash. That was the reality for these animals just days ago. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. We begin tonight with nearly 100 animals on the road to recovery in Georgetown.
These photos from the Office of Animal Welfare show the conditions that 49 cats, 42 dogs, a few rats and guinea pigs were found in a New Castle townhome. 4 animals later died due to what's described as grave medical conditions. And now, as you can see here, the dogs and cats at the Animal Rescue Center in Georgetown, they are on the road to recovery. But the SPCA says it needs your help with this massive intake. The Office of Animal Welfare says the man who had all those pets is facing over 64 counts of animal cruelty, plus rabies licensing and housing violations. And the Office of Animal Welfare says that man was the founder of an animal rescue.
Go play! Go play! Oh my goodness!
A dog happily running in the yard at the Animal Rescue Center in Georgetown.
Oh my goodness, there you go.
But just a few days ago, this dog and 97 other animals were confined to this. A New Castle townhome in such bad shape, the home was condemned.
It is upsetting to see so many animals being mistreated and not being cared for properly. And to have so many pets in such a small environment, it's just not really feasible nor responsible.
The Office of Animal Welfare refers to the case of these dogs as a betrayal. A betrayal because the office says the man who had them was the founder of an animal rescue. His own website claims to be a sanctuary for animals when in reality the Office of Animal Welfare says their condition was absolutely anything but that. As the criminal case against Mark Potomi continues, these animals are now in the care of the Brandywine Valley SPCA.
I'm honestly relieved for these animals. They came from a space that was a very dark time in their lives to a time where they have hope, they have, a path forward, and they have us to support them and our community behind us.
The SPCA is waiving some adoption fees and looking for emergency fosters for the other animals in their care to make room and time for these 4-legged survivors to heal. And one question many people are asking: how did a self-described at-home rescue get so many animals? And how did they get in such bad shape? Well, we know at least some of the animals were adopted from a large shelter in Philadelphia, whose executive director says it stopped partnering with Potomi after they had concerns. And a cat rescue in Maryland had similar circumstances. Now, we did reach out to Mark Potomi's rescue, Pets and Wildlife Sanctuaries, Inc., directly via email and cell phone for a comment on this story. We did not hear back. And Mark Potomi, who's the founder of that sanctuary, says he is facing 64 misdemeanor counts of animal cruelty and citations in regards to rabies licensing and dog housing if convicted. The maximum sentence is 1 year in prison per count, so that would be 64 years in prison maximum, though fines are possible instead. Potomi is currently out on $231 bail.
This map you see on your screen shows where a planned shopping center would go along Route 24 on the corner of Mulberry Knoll Road. That's near Beacon Middle School. It would be a 695,000 square foot development. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in Lewis. Brandon, the developer says even if the shopping mall is shut down, construction will be coming to that field right behind you.
Charlie, Ben Hoskins is the developer of the Atlantic Fields project that is proposed for this field behind me. He says if the massive shopping mall does get denied, they will build houses of some sort. Affordable housing, workforce, and single-family homes are all on the table, but the developer confirming 100% that construction will be coming to this land. But for the Atlantic Fields shopping mall, that must be rezoned in order for it to move forward, from agricultural residential to commercial. Wednesday, Sussex County Planning and Zoning deferred a decision for the second time. Yesterday's deferral was because all of the planning and zoning members were not at the meeting. One man we spoke with that lives right across the street is open to the houses, but not so much the mall.
I think the idea of shifting away from a C4 with a huge mall that's going to just cause havoc, for this particular area here and other parts of Sussex County. I think this is a good move.
On October 15th, that's going to be the next time the Atlantic Fields project will be presented to the Sussex County Planning and Zoning, and the third total time. And if a vote does take place, 3 possible outcomes can come out of this meeting: approved, approved with conditions, or denied. Live in Lewis, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Brandon. This brings us into our Coast TV poll today. We want to know, how should Planning and Zoning vote on Atlantic Fields?
Let's take a look at the results so far. 54% say approve it, 33% say deny it, 12% say downsize it, and 1% say delay longer.
We do have a comment from Lauren in Rehoboth, who says, I live within a half mile of the proposed site. The continued improvements to Route 24 have greatly improved the traffic flow. Looking forward to the shopping convenience.
And if you haven't voted yet, you still can. You can do that right now. We have that at coasttv.com or our mobile app.
Let's go ahead and take a live look outside into the Dover area. Some spotty clouds there as we check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams.
Well, good news is that, hey, as we go into your weekend, we're going to get progressively warmer. If you have outdoor plans, I have weather magnifique for you, actually, believe it or not. And the cloud cover, even that's going to vamoose out of the way. But in Ocean City right now, we're at 65 degrees. Dew point temperature, a lowly 46, which is why it feels so much cooler right now. Did you notice when you walked outside? We're going to drop to 61 degrees by 9 o'clock. Actually, in addition to that, we're a little bit concerned because we still have an active coastal flood advisory that's in effect until 4 o'clock in the morning over towards Cambridge. And then it's also active for us, at least for tonight, in the inland Sussex County area. Small craft advisory, it's been back down. Instead of a gale wind warning, 45 mile per hour winds, we're down to 25. Now, coming up, we're going to talk about just how great the weekend's going to be, but it's going to have a bit of a chill to it, Maddie.
Paul, thank you. In Ocean City, businesses and hotels say this year's Ocean's Calling was a big success, and now they're ready for the next music festival. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappe is live there in Ocean City. Kevin, Country Calling starts tomorrow.
Maddie, we are outside one of the entrances to Country Calling, and although Ocean's Calling was such a big success here in Ocean City, some businesses say they're expecting Country Calling to be even greater, especially now that it's a 3-day event. Ocean City's tourism director Tom Parlazzo says all 55,000 tickets have already sold out, meaning crowds just as big as last weekend. That's good news for business owners like Christina Russo, who runs the Rideau oceanfront near the inlet, with her hotel giving guests a perfect view of the festival and rooms going for $600 a night. She says it's a win-win for everyone.
The event going from a 2-day to a 3-day, we're just so happy that people are coming down for 4 days.
According to Palazzo, he expects the event to generate around $150 million in town. I'm Kevin Zappe, live in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Kevin. Now to slow it down in Ocean City, a special event zone starts this week. According to police, there's more parking rules and higher fines from October 9th through the 12th. This is for the Endless Summer Cruising event. The town says it expects thousands of visitors and heavy congestion. We will break down all those rules for the special event zone if you just head over to coasttv.com and search Endless Summer Cruising.
Turning to crime, Salisbury police have charged a man in a 20-year-old cold case. They say in 2006, Denise Horsey was stabbed to death. Now in 2025, the Wicomico County Grand Jury says they have indicted 43-year-old Tyrone Leroy Hughley Huey from Hagerstown, Maryland, for that crime.
Some Delaware gas customers could see a major jump in their monthly bills this fall. Delmarva Power is proposing a 43% increase to its gas cost rate. Chesapeake Utilities asking for 30%. If approved, typical customers could pay between $11 and $16 more a month starting November 1st. The Delaware Public Advocate calls the increases dramatic, but says there is limited ability to fight them.
For the second full day, the government is closed for business. The Senate adjourned until tomorrow.
NBC's Yamiche Alcindor shows us how Democrats and Republicans are still blaming each other, while President Trump today upping the ante, saying he's looking at layoffs.
Day 2 of the government shutdown, and there is no end in sight, with furloughed government employees anxious about their jobs and their paychecks. Today, President Trump posting online that he's meeting with Russell Vought, the head of the Office of Management and Budget, to, quote, determine which of the many Democrat agencies Vought recommends the president cut and which workers he will fire temporarily and permanently.
Look, it's likely going to be in the thousands.
I don't think it's unreasonable for the president to use all the levers.
And as Republicans and Democrats blame each other for the shutdown, the real effects are hitting everyday Americans.
We're at this standstill, and that panic, that's panic on real military families.
Federal workers, especially those already hit by government cuts, feeling frustrated.
What we really want to do is to be at work. We're feeling angry at being treated as political pawns.
And in a controversial move, the Trump administration squarely blaming the Democrats on government websites, which could violate federal law. But the tactics appearing to motivate Democrats to stand their ground.
Republicans have consistently shut the government down as part of their efforts to try to extract and jam their extreme right-wing agenda down the throats of the American people.
Independent polls show more Americans right now putting the blame on President Trump and Republicans for the shutdown. It's not clear if President Trump can legally fire federal workers during the shutdown. Several unions representing workers say their members are being used as pawns, and a White House official tells NBC News they're looking into the legality of all of this. Yamiche Alcindor, NBC News, Washington.
With more sunshine on the way, we're expecting it to be much warmer going into your weekend. More on that coming up.
First, from strangers to instant friends, how two young women who met just a few months ago have a growing community across coastal Delaware. Up next.
Making friends can be tough at any stage of life, especially young adulthood. But for two women in Delaware, they're trying to change that. They're getting women together for a walking club. In this week's Coastal Connections, Elisa Weber shows us what these two women have done with the Beach Babes Walking Club.
You would think Samantha and Cameron have been friends for years, but they only met this past May when Cameron was looking to connect after moving to Delaware from Pennsylvania. Samantha was also new to the first state, ironically from Pennsylvania too.
So I actually saw Sam post a video on TikTok, and I saw she was in the area, so I reached out. I was like, hey, you want to grab dinner? Kind of just trying to meet friends. So it was a little girl date that we went on at Nalu, and that night was the history for us.
The second time they hung out, Samantha and Cameron started planning a walking group for women, believing they weren't the only ones looking to meet new people. And in June 2025, Beach Babes Walk Club officially hit the ground walking.
We really were just craving a girlhood and a community, so that's kind of what Beach Babes is about. Literally, people would just come up and they were like, I came here alone. I was so nervous, and like I really feel that, and I'm like proud of them for showing up, because that's like really the first step you have to take to make friends and like connection, and that's all you have to do is just show up.
The club is free. All you have to do is show up, and women in all phases of life are welcome.
We had college age girls come, and up to even moms, 30, 40 years old. Like, everyone's welcome. So it was just a great range of people, and we have girls bring like their dogs, their kids. It's amazing.
What started as a twice-a-month event has grown into a weekly gathering, sometimes held on both Saturday and Sunday as word spread and demand increased. Even though summer has come to an end, Beach Babes has no plans of stopping.
We are looking to make a branch off of the walk club just for girls who don't necessarily want to walk, or it's maybe too cold to walk. So we're looking at making a social club of some sorts. No like names or anything yet, but that will entail just things we can do to meet up. Like think bonfires on the beach, winery days with the girls, just like a bunch of fun activities to really get to know each other better, and do just like fun activities with the seasons, like fall, winter, lots to look forward to.
If you would like to join the 302 Beach Babes, all you have to do is pull out your phone, go on their Instagram, and find the next time and location for their walk. For Coastal Connections, I'm Elisa Weber.
So we've been dealing with a few clouds here and there. Now we got a peek at some sunshine, but this weekend we're going to get a glorious look at some sunshine and warm up nicely as well. We are at 66 degrees right now in Ocean City, dropping down to 62 with partly to mostly cloudy skies. It's 66 right now in Milton as well as Georgetown, Laurel, and Del Mar, and also 66 degrees right now, Gumboro. Now, where is that on the norm for this time of the year? We're actually a little bit below that. So we're going to get back to this mid-70s thing and perhaps even surpass that as we go into the weekend and enjoy a little more sunshine. The winds right now out of the northeast, gusting up to 20 miles per hour in Indian River Inlet, but 18 mile per hour gusts being recorded right now in Georgetown. Overall, we actually have a coastal flood advisory that's going to be in effect for Sussex County until 10 o'clock tonight. That's going to expire pretty quickly, but that's really more connected to the high and low tides of weather, actually the high tide to be more exact. Small craft advisory. Now we were downgraded from a gale wind warning down to a small craft advisory. So we went from 40 mile per hour winds from yesterday to 25. And that'll be a concern for us for all of Friday. So the high surf advisory is still in effect though until Thursday evening. And we have that concern for the possibility of coastal flooding connected to the high tides again near Cambridge and Cornersville. But we're not expecting any additional rain. So it's not a rain thing, it's a tide thing. Right now, we have sunshine and winds out of the east and 72 degrees for the high in Georgetown. We'll warm to 70 degrees in Cambridge and Vienna, and we'll get a chance to nuzzle up to about 70 degrees from Pocomoke City to Berlin to Ocean City with winds staying easterly. Along the coast, we're going to stay near the 70 degree mark for Friday, but we're going to get even warmer than that as we go into the weekend. You see, Friday, we start off in the 50s, cloudy skies, and then we'll open up the skyline and enjoy temperatures in the lower 70s or near 70. Saturday, we start off at 50, but it's clear. And thanks to the clear skies, we'll escalate the temperatures up close to the norm for this time of the year. 77 in Milton, Georgetown, Ellendale, and Millsboro, just as an example. Now, our country calling forecast, Friday 69, 73 on Saturday, 74 on Sunday with lots of sunshine. But our chances of rain will stay nil to nothing till we get all the way over here towards Wednesday. So far over, I had to get off screen to show you that. So let's take a look at Wednesday. We have a front that's going to push through, and it's going to slide through pretty steadily and by the evening time and pass on through. And when that happens, we'll have a 13-degree drop in temperatures to where it's going to become big time chilly. Finally, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. We're going to warm up nicely with that sunshine over the weekend. Saturday, 78, Sunday, 79. Don't be surprised if we augment that to 80, and then we'll actually hit 80 on Monday. But once again, next Wednesday and Thursday, we're watching out for some scattered showers to come sliding in our direction. We'll be right back after this.
Cambridge drivers, get ready to slow down. According to the city, work is scheduled for Locust Street near Glenburn Avenue on Friday, October 3rd. That's right here on your screen. Cambridge says crews will be there from 8 to 3.
Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network at 5:30, your high school football pregame show, Scoops and Scores. Then it is a big city matchup in Salisbury when undefeated Y-High faces Parkside at 11 p.m. It's the final score.
Along with the Y-High Parkside game, here's what you can watch on DSN+. Boys soccer at 5:30, Indian River hosting Cesar Rodney, and Milford taking on Del Mar. Then at 6:30, Worcester County High School football when Decatur hosts Snow Hill. And let's take a live look into Ocean City. One more check on your forecast after this.
In Dover, we have cloud cover, thick cloud cover, but it's going to begin to thin out starting tonight and going into tomorrow. But we'll have a chance to fall back to 58 degrees. Our umbrella giveaway winner is Carol Conley of Ocean View, Delaware. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. If you need to keep up with your forecast, particularly with this beautiful sunshine we're expecting over the weekend, call our weather line to keep up with just how wonderful it's going to stay. 443-880-9100. Sponsored by the law offices of Bruckstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. We're going to warm up nicely over the weekend with temperatures approaching the 80-degree mark.
All right, Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.